And it actually looks like we are going live.
Yeah, I
want
wouldn't
to
mind,
confirm
dude.
to see if we're ready to go into the action here. Yeah, we're about to hop in here and get this started.
All right, so let's go ahead and give you a quick roster rundown here for Ultimax Gaming. Got Trulls, Sino, as well as Imster, and Flowsick, and Polly. And as for HRG, we have Kays. Be on the lookout for Kays. Kays has had a really impressive game throughout. Perez, pistol round, he's going to be effective. And then Hepler, as well as Bones and Seraphic, as Seraphic's actually done a very impressive job there with the AK, especially on the terrorist side. Let's see what happens here on this pistol round.
Yeah, absolutely. And over here for UMX as we're kind of waiting for something to pause that thought. Seraphic able to pull off a dink and then the frag and throw in the close nade, able to do a lot of damage. He did go down there, but that was a great job by him. He did a lot of damage there. Steno coming up big, able to take down Perez. And it's now down to a 2-on-3 situation. Paulie going to have 22 HP remaining. Now, Paulie actually a very effective pistol player. I said that earlier. He really, really is. You've got a USB here for both players on the terrorist side. See what they can make of it. There's the nade taking down Paulie, leaving it all up to Truls, and a 1-on-3. 69 HP remaining for him. And he's going to be over here in Pillars area, working his way up lane. He's got to be careful. There's way too many angles to worry about here. He did isolate one of them. He's able to take down Hepler. And Bones making the right call, pushing up on his position. And that will make the score here 1-0 in favor of HRG.
Yeah, HRG just kind of going at it and just picking the shots up. But really goes back to what we saw Seraphic just hold down the apartments. He unleashed a lot of damage. Right there you can see at 193. And that's what, even though he has one kill, remember, if he had an extra bullet, and I think in CSGO with the P2000, you got an extra bullet, he'd have been set.
Yeah, absolutely. That nade was really well placed. It actually, the way he threw it, it caught on the edge of the carpet. So anybody literally trips over it on the way in. If they want to come to him, they've got to run over a grenade. That was a great play by him. And Seraphic, I'm still going to say it that way. Under fire here in Apartments, 42 HP remaining for him. He's going to allow Steno to come out. I'm wondering if this is actually the right call. Yeah, Steno actually going to be able to take him down in the end. And got his hands on a Famas. It is a 1-on-3 situation. Hepler, 14 HP remaining for him.
Goes for that little fake jump step. Just trying to get a little pre-fire action there, but he's going to get taken down by Kays. He does eliminate two of them out of that whole situation. So now score is going to be 2-0 now here in favor of HRG.
Yeah, and for HRG to be comfortable here, Corey and I were talking earlier on stream about where you need to be comfortable as far as rounds coming in at the end of half. I would say a 10-5 is optimal. That's where like you really want to shoot for. Everything past that's kind of a bonus. If you just want a close game, 10-5 is good. You lose 9-6, things like that, starts getting really, really dangerous. So we'll see if HRG is going to be able to make it up to that 9, 10, 11 round mark here in this first half.
Yeah, and Ultimax Gaming coming into this one as a number 4 seed. And High Rollers Gaming coming in as a number 6 seed. And that's going to be an interesting storyline if HRG can take out UMX.
Oh!
As Trulls having a tough time there with that Glock. And it's going to be left up to Flowsick down to a 1v4. And he's going to go ahead and push in and get shut down there by Hepler. Hepler picking up 2, Perez picking up 3. And so this will be the first gun round. That's just an interesting thing. If HRG takes out Ultimax Gaming, a number 6 seed is going to be in the top 3.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something about HRG. They're a little unpredictable, like we've been seeing. I would have told you it would have gone either way, HRG versus Black and White, but HRG really showed up in that matchup.
Well, you had mentioned that HRG is a very pug style, and that's exactly what had been mentioned in the interview. They've got they really kind of based themselves around that default. I don't know where Seraphic was going.
Steno, though, I mean, that was a really nice control of recoil. Bones able to take him down, though.
Yeah, so it's going to be a quick answer back. Nice little trade going on there, but so far the terrorists have the advantage in this 3v4. And the bomb's going to be picked up there by Imsta. Trulls taking down Hepler is going to be left up to Kays and Bones. They're going to be pushing back around. Neither one of them have been impacted as of yet. Spraying down is going to be Flowsick into Bones. It's going to be left up to Kays. As I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that he's going to kind of move away from the action. He's going to hold on to this. Would you hold on to a FAMAS?
You know, I personally, no, but I know a lot of players will. I just don't like the gun. That's my personal opinion on it.
It's only good to me whenever I use burst fire. Once I try to switch to the auto, it's absolutely useless.
See, I'm the opposite, but I just seem to go through automatic so freaking fast. Here we are. K's being engaged here, and Pauly able to take him down. Yeah,
so again, you can't really look at that as it is a gun round, but HRG did not buy into that gun round.
Right.
They basically kept what they had from the previous round, so their money's going to be fine. As we look at it, Perez and Hepler both sitting at 5 and 2. And we'll see if this round can kind of exchange. But look at this, Flowsick taking down Hepler, and I assume that they might have had a chance to buy this round, but they're actually on a deagle save. A couple of them have deagles. That's both Perez and K, so there's see if they can start to make the move up here towards that the A-bomb site. IMSA picking off Bones. Flowsick spraying with that AK. And IMSA's going to pick up that kill into Perez. And a deagle head shot there by Kays. Kays is going to be the last man standing. He's going to be taken out there by Sino. Now the score is going to be 3-2 here in favor of HRG.
You know, we were talking about Kays earlier, someone you really need to watch out for. Just a couple stats about him. He actually had the highest headshot percentage in Invite at a .206.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's average throughout the entire regular season. Really impressive. He also had the third most op frags in Invite. We haven't seen a ton of opping from him. I mean, here and there, yeah, but haven't seen him really as a dedicated opper as of yet.
Interesting.
Perez actually going to be boosted, the triple boost here in jungle, watching towards apartments. That is a really nice angle. It's something you don't see used much anymore.
Yeah, you see a lot of it.
Yeah, and once again, that's that metagame shift. You just see people start bringing things back. Game's been out so long, you start reusing some things that aren't so common anymore. But the great perk about that is you can sure help defend apartments, but you can actually see through the top of the jungle netting there.
Yeah, that as well. Something you don't see much of anymore either is a boost up on top of the light post inside a pit.
Yeah, you used to see that every once in a while, and Perez able to spot one. He's able to take down IMSTA and Bones with the assist, but the round will go to UMX. Score now going to be 3-3.
Yeah, UMX putting some rounds together here against HRG. And so now that the gun rounds have kind of have come into play, they've won 3 consecutive rounds now here for UMX. As you take a look at the money, you just notice that UMX is pretty set for the most part, picking up consecutive rounds. As you go ahead and take a look at the default setup, Pauly watching over there in heaven. Troll's going to be pushing over here in apartments. I believe he's probably accompanied there with a teammate. And there you got Steno as he's going to be pushing up there inside of mid. They're kind of checking things inside of alternate mid, more or less kind of cleaning things out there for apartments. Still working their way out. As you can notice right now, the bomb has been dropped somewhere. And so they're just kind of checking out, making sure they make the call first. And they'll adapt their strategy here in the latter part of the round. They're still working their way up. IMSTA hasn't ran into any confrontation as of yet. He doesn't know that they're going to be on a partial deagle save. Perez, who had a deagle, got taken out, and so did Seraphic. Both of them had deagles. They both get dropped. Now it's going to be left up to K's, down to a 1-on-5. And K's main objective here is just to at least just get one of them.
Yeah, just one, or at least one. Trying to get a gun away from them, maybe get away with it, or get a couple frags here. Just try to stick some money in the bank here. And he's going to be hanging out here at the most annoying spot in the world. That is actually a really good angle. A lot of people do check there, but he's going to be crouched. Maybe he can catch one off guard. If he gets lucky, they'll be coming out of library.
He's too nervous right now. That twitch, he's just completely hoping. But
yeah, it looks like they're going to bypass him completely.
Someone made the call saying that the exit towards mid is clean. Go ahead and make your move. And they kind of already had this assumption of where he wasn't.
Right. And that's just as important as knowing where he is in that type of situation. Just get away from him. You don't want to give up those guns at that point. You do not want to get a AK in his hands. Currently score now 4-3. 4 consecutive rounds here for UMX Ultimax Gaming USA.
Yeah, we really haven't seen that much life from HRG here. One's going to get boosted up there into window room. Joel's watching over there towards Banana. They've definitely put a lot of attention on that A bomb site throughout this game. I cannot recall a B bomb site push of any sort as of yet.
No, not just yet. Even their default doesn't really center around that use in one tower. Seraphic going to be able to take down Imsta. And Flosick on to Perez. All right, 2-on-4. Nice play there. He is finally taken down. 2-on-2 situation. Bomb is down. Yeah, Paulie in that awkward position there behind bomb box, not sure which way he should peek. Spamming coming in from a library. Bones has worked his way all the way up. 92 and 35 HP here remaining.
They don't have the bomb right now.
They don't have the bomb. And 33 seconds remaining.
Yep. They haven't acquired the bomb as of yet. I mean, this is getting deeper into the round.
Yeah, it's now down to a 1-on-1. 3 HP versus 100. K's able to spot him in Big Pit. That was a very patient angle he was holding and worked out for him just fine. Score now 4-4, all tied here.
Yeah, so right now, if you're UMX, you want to win this next round. If you had to choose a round, this is the next round that you would want to pick up here. So, as you can see there, HRG 4K across the board. And only one member from the previous round stayed alive. So that means 4 of them are going to have to buy guns, and so that will change that whole situation. And if they lose this round, everything's reset. Hit that reset button.
Yeah. Keep in mind what you just saw with the 4K, and if UMX loses this round, you'll want to take a look at that scoreboard again on the money. It's pretty detrimental when you get that bonus for so long, and all of a sudden you win a round and then you lose it.
Yeah, if HRG loses this one, then yeah, it's going to make an impact. Score is all tied up at 4 right now. Again, this is your default setup. Imsta getting put up inside of window room. And see if he can get a pick out here. Earlier we saw he just continuously started to push out there. He was uncontested. He wrapped around towards the CT side, over towards the jungle. Here comes that flash, probably going to allow him to push out there. Great timing. I got to give props to our cameraman capturing what happened just there, that succession of how they moved out there towards that area. So Steno's pushing over there towards the banana. They've got the B bomb site. It looks like he has the bomb. He's taking over there towards that side, and Bones got drawn in. He got caught into the action, but Kays is going to be over there. He's going to pick up 1. This might allow them enough time to rotate around, but they can't.
Wow.
They're going to need a lot more than just 1, because Perez is now the last man alive here for HRG, and that was a huge fake. Huge fake.
Yeah, take a look over here at HP, however, Corey. I mean, look, Perez, 100 HP remaining on a 1-on-3. If he can get Truls and Steno, he could win this, but a lot of spam coming in. He did take down Truls, but ultimately he will go down. Score now 5-4 in favor of UMX. Take a look at the money real quick when this updates. Yeah, and there we go. That's exactly what we're talking about there. It's just dangerous.
Ouch. And that's why we lead you into it. That's why we discuss about, because we're talking about possible rounds that they're going to lose after this. And unless they come with a nice little eco, they will lose the next couple rounds. So you'd not only just lose that 1 round, you were losing 2 rounds out of the situation.
Yep, and here we are, still 5-on-5. Not a lot of damage being done. Still working their way kind of into a default, but just kind of tweaked. Perez able to take down Steno. It's very, very good.
Imsta, oops.
Yeah, sometimes you don't quite have time to readjust. That's a great peek, but Imsta with a better recoil control taking both down.
He did a great job. He was calm, cool, and collected. He didn't get over anxious and start to just spray. He actually crouched down and then started spraying. He made sure that he could maintain and control that recoil. And now the score is going to be 6-4. And we may see some FAMASas and M4s being bought for this round. I don't know if it's going to be a smart move. But we'll see how they kind of. Yeah, they're going to go Deagles. I didn't think they were going to have the chance to buy fully what they want to. They're looking to win the next few.
Yep. And just real quick for Ultimax, 6-4. They're going to be pretty set right now. Winning these 6 rounds, even losing out to 9-6, that's an acceptable half. They're doing okay right now. It's a good pace. If they continue this, they're going to be looking very good coming in the second half.
So right now, again, they're going to go with that default setup. Flowsick watching over inside of this bit. They've also got one that's going to help out over there towards Banana. Imsta's already boosted up in the window. Of course, this is all making an assumption. This is just their default. Poly watching Banana. Imsta pushes out. He's going to get taken down by Perez.
Oh,
and Hepler. He goes big. We only caught one glimpse of one Deagle headshot. There was 2 in that whole area. And so now it's going to be down to a 3-on-2. Poly and Truls are going to go ahead and make their move there towards that B bomb site. Both sitting at, one sitting at 95, the bomb carrier, and Poly at 100. But Seraphic, 33, Bones at 38, but they've got guns to work with, 2 AKs. Bones has a USP. Now they're going to be pushing inside the site. I don't know why he didn't have his gun ready, as Bones going to now be pushing over there towards the back hall. Here comes the push. Poly picking up 1. Now it's going to be left up to Poly down to a 1v2. Tosses out a little counter flash over there. They gave away his position, and he's going to get taken down there by Bones, as I believe his teammate was taken out. He picked up the AK, finished off the round, and so now the score is going to be 6-5.
You know, Paulie had a very tough decision to make right there on that 1v2. I mean, he is a very clutch player. I've seen some great play from him, but he had a tough decision. There wasn't enough communication to discern exactly where UMX was, so he had to assume that his best option was to throw that flash and just hope it blinded somebody, because being stuck at Tribox in 1v2 is not where you want to be. They can come from both angles, and it's way too easy to pre-fire. You know, nice try by Paulie there.
Yeah, the only thing that you can do is crank up your Plantronic Gamecom 780s and know exactly, just listening in and figuring out where they can be. Yeah,
absolutely. It's really, in games like this, they don't exactly have like a full surround support. It's really actually great at emulating full surround. It's excellent at it.
You can, and depth. I mean, you can really hear how far away someone is.
All right, and here we are. Steno already low on HP. Score now 6-5. You're just now joining us. This is the first map. This is a lower round, so whoever loses this will go home.
Yeah, but it's, of course, a best of 3.
Yes.
So they still got some time here. Flowsick now boosted up inside of window room.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of tweak to it there.
Yeah, but Imstone was making definitely some quality stuff. I mean, he's at the top of the leaderboard as of right now.
Yep, 29 HP remaining here. Yeah, here we are right here, 11-6 currently for Imsta, 79 ADR. Yep. All right, let's get back in the action. A lot of damage being taken by UMX without really returning the favor. Steno looks like he's wanting to commit to apartments, but he's got 29 HP. He's got to be careful how he peeks this site. Okay, he did spot one at Moto. Nice play there, taking down Sarah. And it's now down to a 4-on-4 situation. Perez will also go down here. Bone stuck in Moto. And Steno, 3 HP remaining in a 1-on-3. He will be taken down. Too bad. It was a very nice attempt by UMX. I really like the way the apartments was peaked there. There's kind of a method to that. Yeah, look at that bankroll.
Wow. And let's go ahead and take a look at the KD right now too. I was expecting them to not have died as much, but they're just buying really, really well.
They are. They definitely are. And you know, you notice the ADR is very evenly distributed here, with the exception of Truls. But one will always get left out when it's distributed. It's the way it works.
Yep. And so now as we look across, you got Perez sitting at 75 HP and Flowsick sitting at 61. Mm-hmm. So a little confrontation there in the beginning of the part of the round. Right now it looks like they're going to start to commit over here towards that B-bomb side. They've got the bomb carrier. That's going to be Steno.
Yeah, they're playing B the way I really like playing it. They play in the site, they smoke it up, they flash over, and they randomly spam. So, I mean, if someone is there, they start getting a little wary. They're like, okay, do they know we're here? What is this?
Bones spraying through the smoke.
And one did push directly out. He was very blind from Banana Flash. And it's down to a 2-on-4. Hepler and Seraphic going to opt to back away here, but Hepler gets caught by Truls in middle. And Seraphic's actually very well could be pinched in here. And let's see, Flowsick has gone down, so they've only lost 1 this round. Seraphic able to take down Truls, so they do now know where he's at. Pauly going to be chasing him down.
Now, of course, we're narrowing
down. That was literally an inch away from his head.
Yeah, so as we're narrowing down here in these latter part of the rounds, only 2 rounds left here in the first half. You definitely feel confident being at 7-8.
Oh, absolutely. As a terrorist, I would love to be in the situation. Pick up another one. And, you know, but at the same time, it just depends on how you handle CT side. I mean, if you're just a bad CT-sided team, you might want, like, 11. Like, you never really know. But, I mean, from my past experience, typically 7 rounds, you're perfectly fine coming in a CT side.
The main thing that I'm taking in consideration is how in what I've been saying, the second quarter or the second half of the first half,
right,
is where the momentum is picked up for HRG.
Yep.
And that carries over. And if the solid pistol round that you get from a player like Perez and will be on, you know, there's potential for them to go on a 3-round run and then have an even greater lead, and then they can take advantage of that. It's a psychological thing. You're looking at numbers. You look at the fact that they have more, their numbers larger than your number.
Yeah.
And it really starts to make an impact, and you start to play differently. But right now, Perez opening things up, taking down one with the M4. As a nice little exchange between the two. They've picked up at least one. He unleashes a full clip, but Truls comes in and helps out. As now it's going to be down to a 3-on-3. There goes Bones has picked up 2 in this round. And now it's going to be left up to Bones and Seraphic going up against Sinnoh and Polly. Polly now the LMS. He's hurting right now, down to 17 HP. He's going to go ahead and try to get that bomb down. And this will give away his position immediately.
Ooh.
Oh, but he wraps around the box, takes down Bones. This may work out into a situation. 76
he
HP there
him.
for Seraphic. And
there it is.
Through the pillar, takes down Seraphic. And so now the score is going to be 8-6 in favor of UMX here over HRG. That was a big round, a 1v2 pick, coming up there against 2 of the members there from HRG, Seraphic and Bones. And Pauly, he's filthy rich.
In terms of Counter-Strike, absolutely. You know, something else, Seraphic made a mistake there. I don't know if it was a crouch hop or what it was, but he did hop up over the box. If that didn't happen, it could have gone very differently.
This is the final round, correct, of the first half?
Yes. They're coming in with nades, deagles, and armor, it looks like. Couple kits. However, Bones able to open it up here. Sinnoh will go down. It's a 4-on-5, and there's the trade. Flowsick able to take down K's.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh, they did a 3-man stack over there towards the apartment halls. They were trying to get some type of push action, maybe pick off a gun. And but right now it's going to be down to a 3-on-4. They're all collected in one area, and so Imsta says, I'm going to pop shot all day long with the AK. 9-6 now is going to be your first half score here with UMX and HRG.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with UMX right now with being 9-6. I mean, that's huge. That's something that I would be a little uncomfortable with as CT. You know, like, so they've definitely got a pretty good shot at this first map.
So I'm gonna throw this out there then. If we look, I mean, noticing the scoreboard right now, the counter terrorists, which was HRG, they won the pistol round and the 2 rounds to follow. Now, if HRG does it again, they win the pistol round and the rounds to follow, and they stay consistent and true. Theoretically, they should end in a tie based off of that theory, unless you're collectively throwing in the pistol round in that too. Man, I just dropped some weird, mind-blowing. No? Nothing? All right.
I have no idea what just happened. Okay, so I'll try to understand that later. Maybe that'll be an hour-long topic for Choke Point because I'm very confused at what just happened.
Is that too much? I apologize.
It's too much at once.
Over-analytical. I break down everything because I've got nothing else to talk about.
Here we are in the second half of UMX versus HRG.
Nice.
If you're just now joining us,
I apologize. You came in at the wrong time. 9-6. UMX leading this one. We're in the first map of best of 3, heading into the second half right here on DE Inferno. And we've been talking about how successful HRG's very own Perez has been with the pistol, and he actually picked up a USP.
He did. And also, once again, I keep saying it, and then he proves me wrong, but Pauly, I'm telling you, is a solid USP player.
You ruined him.
At least he used to be.
You threw that. Yeah, he's dragged to the recycle bin. You just trashed him.
And here we go. They're going to be coming up through apartments. Looks like a pretty heavy commit. Seraphic going to be coming up also. Bombing's down.
Oh, that's huge.
right in front of Steno, and he's going to overcommit to that. He could have given him the bomb. Seraphic able to take down Flosic, chasing one around Moto. It's down to a 3-on-3, and Imsta able to take down Sarah there. 2-on-3 situation here. Oh, Pauly.
Nice headshot.
Told you. He's finally able to
gets
get a
one
headshot
kill,
there.
and you're like, told you. You serious? Don't even give me that.
10-6 here in favor of Team UMX. Able to pick up that first half, 9-6. I'm telling you, that's going to be huge for them here. As long as they can continue on, they don't make any big mistakes, they should be fairly set for this map. What was the second map again, Mirage?
So the next map's going to be Mirage.
I'm stoked for Mirage.
Oh, man, I've been a fan of that map for a while.
Yeah, it's a very solid map. I love what they did with it. But here we are going to be a save round for HRG.
Remember whenever Strike first came out a long time ago?
I hated it.
Oh, I remember them breaking it down and CPL kind of talking about, this is going to be the newest map. It's going to be a trendsetter.
I was a B player, and those lower tunnels always just threw me for a loop. Like, I never figured out how to really.
Yeah, but we'll talk. We'll break that down here because we're getting.
A douche there.
Sino taking down one with that FAMAS. Trules picking up 2 headshots. And that's going to finish off that round real quickly there.
Yeah, just a save round, nothing too huge there. Score now going to be 11-6 in favor of UMX.
Yep. Let's take a look and see whether or not what HRG is working. The anticipation's building, and hoorah. Nothing? Okay.
No,
well,
nothing.
Cool.
There. Oh, wait.
All right, yeah, let's just switch to the AKD while we have the opportunity to.
All right. So much for that plan. Back to the action. 11-6 here. And you do see galleys and AK-47s.
Wow, that's it. We didn't even need the money. We can found out. We know what they have now. They had enough to buy.
Yeah, there you go. Very low HP here for HRG. UMX had an aggressive push out of Banana, just kind of spraying, nading down, not putting themselves in too much danger there. So that was a good decision. You know, because you've already got, they have taken 0 damage, and Seraphic is down to 22, Perez 66. That makes all the world of difference later on in the round. Insurance shots are huge.
Yeah, HRG, they need to start to make an impact now.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna start favoring towards mid. They might work their way back and forth from this point. They want to try to find a pick no matter where it is. If they can't find something in mid, they might just work back towards B.
Still working over there.
Yeah, they're still going to go up there. The bomb's going to lead in, actually, and they're able to take down Flosic.
Yeah, you mentioned that the bomb carrier is leading the charge, and I'm highly against that.
You know, sometimes you don't have the option. You don't want to, like, reset. You know, you get yourself murdered. But it's now down to a 3-on-3, actually.
That bomb carrier got taken out.
Yeah, and Perez was just spraying away there. It's a 2-on-2 now. Trules just 6 HP. Oh my gosh, it's now down to a 1-on-1. 13 seconds left in the round. Seraphic, 2 HP remaining versus 79 here in Pauly. He has got the bomb, 6 seconds left, and he's chasing him all the way around, and that's it. There's no way to get the bomb down. It takes 3 seconds to get that bomb down. It's just not going to happen.
Lol.
And that is another round for UMX, 12-6. Looking really solid.
That's great play coming around, and the bomb carrier getting taken down. Yeah, whenever I'm playing, I always tell the player ahead of me, just delay a step. That's how I exchange it.
Yep.
I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to make any huge changes, but he didn't need to go in first.
You're right.
There's I've never seen any particular reason where you need to go in first.
Because you're awesome, Corey. Sometimes it's just good enough.
I don't know about that.
And it looks like they're going to be trying a little bit of poking and prodding over here at Banana. I'm not sure if they're going to commit at this point. They've really had some success at A, at least getting into the site. Not that it's ended well, but they've been able to get in there. K's going to be just kind of feeling it out.
Hello.
Hello. And looks like you do see a couple pistols. They do have an AK, however. Bomb will be committing into sight. And Imsta, he's just like, yeah, no, don't want to have any part of that right now. I'll just wait for my team. And that's probably why K's able to take him down. And Seraphic able to take down Pauly. Trules is going to be stuck outside of sight with an op, and man, I think he did hit him in the shoulder there. And it's a 3-on-3.
Ooh!
Just kidding. Make that a 2-on-3 in an instant. And there's an op in play here for UMX. It's going to be really hard to retake this site unless they can find an automatic.
That's my favorite spot where Hepler's at.
Yep. And just not going to happen for UMX there. It's okay. It's okay to go for that. I mean, they were very willing and able to do that just because of their money situation. They will be able to buy again here.
Yeah, but so even if you push into that bomb site, you know that they were saving. I wouldn't have pushed in at all.
No, I might have just foot and mouth here. I only see USBs and knives over here for UMX.
Well, yeah, but the other thing too is if you go in there and you get taken out, you either you have to rebuy you have to buy a gun. But then what we've seen, Kay's actually got an M4 out of that.
Right.
So he doesn't have to buy at all. Even though they won the round and all that stuff, the whole purpose of the save round, he doesn't have to buy at all. But look at this Perez popping out at the right time, picking up 2 here on this USB save round. And Imsta all by himself down to 66. And he just going to get headshotted over there by the headshot box over towards Banana.
That's what that thing's for?
Yeah.
To get headshotted?
Yeah, that's the only purpose of why you'd be there.
All right, now we do have an aggressive spawn from Seraphic. I'll make you happy with that one. I actually want to see if he makes anything of this. Like, if he actually uses these aggressive spawns. HRG's really worked the same default almost every round.
Yeah, but they've mentioned that they were a Pug-style team. Yeah,
they definitely are. You know, but typically you see with these aggressive spawns that Sarah had right there, you kind of expect them to maybe push just a little bit more aggressive, but it looks like they're going to slow down.
Just run quicker.
Yeah, they just get to where they're going to sit quicker.
Yep.
Basically.
All right, we're here. Cool.
Yeah, we're here. Okay, stop. 12-8 currently for just now joining us. This is the first map of the best of 3 between these two teams.
This actually looks like a strat. I mean, with all kidding aside, they've actually got majority of their players over here. They're already actually in the site. Minute 15 into the round, they're already in. Sinno's going to pick up 1, make that 2. He's still underneath that balcony. He chimes in with another USB headshot, picks up the hat trick, but he gets eliminated there by Perez. Going to be down to a 2-on-2. Perez, man, he's just got on fire all of a sudden as he picks up another one. And we've heard him say woo a couple times here at the ESEA LAN Finals. And see if he can continue right now. It's going to be down to a 2-on-1 here with Imsta. He's stuck over there by Moto Pit. Bomb's going to get planted here by Hepler. Perez playing an interesting spot inside of the bomb site.
You know, and I don't think Imsta's aware of that because the last time he checked, there was one in Big Pit. I'm not sure if he knows. He's still looking over there.
Yep, exactly. And one of the things that
really
Perez
worried.
has been so on point that he could probably make that shot even if he knew he was going to get popped.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great play there. Just kind of sneak his way around into sight. And that'll actually make the score here 12-9. And as you can see, the first 3 won here by Ultimax, and then you got consecutive 3 rounds for High Rollers Gaming. And here's the money here. Kay's actually sitting on $10,000. Everyone doing pretty well over here.
Yeah, they're rich. They're doing moderately well for themselves.
Ballin'.
Not yet.
No.
If they win another round, they'll be balling.
Okay.
AK-47 across the board there for HRG. And, you know, we were talking about the wealth of HRG Ultimax Gaming. Well,
not doing so well.
Luckily enough, the USB comes with a silencer. I know that's an HLTV glitch. I was just stating the fact that they get some perks.
And it's down to a 3-on-5. UMX may be able to get a frag out of this. We'll see. But, I mean, they're really not committal right now. They're still trying to fill out where the final 3 are because that's still detrimental when you've got 3 people saving so they can stack properly.
The thing is they went straight to their default positions. Imps is going to pick up 1. They went to their spots, and those spots are good if you have a rifle.
Right.
But not good if you have a USB going up against a rifle. That's why I would stack a situation, at least trade some kills. Even if you get two or three of your guys taken out quickly, if you get one of them, that will help the situation out.
Definitely, and I'm curious to know. I haven't been able to really see recently how much UMX has been playing, but I mean, last season they were playing a ton, and I know this season they played quite a bit. So I'm wondering if they're still on point, because typically UMX has different save round stacks. Like it doesn't seem to be that way right now.
Both Imsta and Truls both have AWPs. Here for, as you can see, Imsta's looking at the feet so he can see, or looking at the ground so he can see the feet of someone.
Ooh.
And Perez said, well, I've got enough for an up, too. I'll shut you down there as that little 1v1 battle happening over there in Banana. And that's going to be big. That's going to hurt Imsta in his current money situation. Even though they've been losing consecutive rounds, being on the CT side, it doesn't help you as much.
Yeah, definitely not at all. It's just so much more expensive to buy as a T. That's why we always say you never want to trade 1 for 1.
Right, as a CT.
As
you're
a CT.
You're correct.
Oh, as a T, I'd love to do that all day because then you also have less coverage on the bomb side. You fall back as you need. There's just so many reasons you should not trade 1 for 1. Trule's able to take down Perez. And Steno going to be here in Big Pit along with Flosick. I like the double Big Pit setup, but I think it has been spotted. They know Steno's close, and Flosick able to take down Kays. Yeah, that was really great angle there. Oh my gosh, and Steno with another one, and he's just stuck. Oh, and
no,
he takes
not.
down Hepler. Hepler just whiffing that whole magazine. Trule's finishing off that round.
Wow.
Great job, UMX, 13-10.
Yeah, no, they did an impressive job there inside a pit. Even though Flosick got taken out, we saw how they maneuvered themselves around. It was basically like stations. All of a sudden, Steno spotted one. Flosick rotated. He fell back, and it
worked
like
really well.
A very well-oiled machine. 13-10 is going to be the score right as of right now. Here we go. We got some smokes coming in. They're expecting them to be on a save of some sort, or they're playing overly aggressive right now. And UMX trying to make some type of slam here because Polly comes in, picks up 2 at the M4. This actually is just a wake-up call. And Seraphic and Kays are the last people standing from that.
They're dazed. Where did you all go?
Are you serious? You just pushed us like that?
Yeah, that's always frustrating. I like to know that UMX has the capability to do that, that they're willing to do something like that. That's really good to know. It means a lot.
Oh, wow. Good turn.
Seraphic is making sure that wall does not fire back.
Oh, my goodness.
This is huge.
2-on-2.
And it's going to be really frustrating for whoever made that call on UMX if this does not go their way. It's down to a 2-on-2. K's very low on HP.
Now, it seems as if they may have made that call that they're going to be low on health here. 30 seconds left here in the round. They're going to have to make a move there. Seraphic's going to be the bomb carrier. They're going to go ahead and commit over here towards the B bomb site, but you've got UMX. They're split up. If they can take down Trules, this is actually the perfect bomb site to hit because they can work in together. Even if one gets picked, the other one can kind of answer back, get a quick reply. Still pushing in there. Here comes a grenade. They still have a nade. There goes. Seraphic's going to get taken down and misses with that op. That's exactly what I was kind of talking about. Bomb's going to get planted now. It's going to be down to a 1 versus 1. But we have to go back to what's going on right now. He's down to 14 HP. Look at this. He's playing aggressive. Oh, and he's going to get taken down there by Imsta. And he was trying to go for that shocking out all value, and it just didn't pan out for them. And you see Imsta going and picking up that AWP.
Yeah, and one-on-ones like that, you've got, and I know it sounds really goofy, but you've got 2 options to either play incredibly passive with low HP in a really awkward spot, or you've got to push. You can't just sit in your normal spots. I mean, people always spam coming to the site. They're always going to throw that kind of insurance nade just to find out if they can get a frag. I think he made the right call there. It's just the timing was off.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough shot to make, and he committed to making that just a beautiful AK headshot. He just didn't get it. That's really what it comes down to. It is a gamble, is a risk, but they wouldn't have the name High Rollers Gaming if they weren't a part of it.
They wouldn't be ballers if they didn't take risks. 14-10 currently. You're going to try to do some damage up here in middle. There we go. Catching Steno, slipping a little bit there. 4-on-5. They
can't get over aggressive again. You've already popped them once, and you haven't done a mid pick at all game. They're going to start to check it. You've trained them to be on the lookout for something like that.
You know, but I like the way that HRG handled that whole situation. You know, Steno peeked out. Typically, you'll see a lot of teams kind of freak out and all look that direction, and then they get flanked. I mean, I know that actually wasn't the case here, but they all handled that well. They trusted their teammates to just take care of Steno, and kept watching their spots as they came up middle.
Right now against Raffic, though, you got to drop down to 13 HP, 79 for Bones. Hepler sitting at 46. Kays with a nice headshot. He goes straight to check over there towards that box.
And poor lonely Imsta, last man standing here for Team UMX, and he's not messing around. He's going to come right into library,
well,
actually.
They should definitely have money to work with.
Yeah.
They're set, so we'll take a look at that at the end part of this round.
They all just looked at him and said, okay, just go for a highlight clip. Just give it a shot.
Do it.
Let's take a look over at Imsta again, see where he's currently located.
He's just looking for exits, trying to get at least one gun out of him.
Ninja? No, he's not going to
No,
try
definitely
it.
not a ninja.
Too bad it's not planned for library. I have yet to see a ninja ESEA LAN.
There's only one epic ninja defuse, and it didn't work.
Well, that was the tournament organizer's fault. Dang
Yeah,
it.
I agree with that. We'll kind of leave it for those who actually know what we're talking about. We won't even mention what it was.
Let's just say it wasn't recent. 14-11 currently
No.
in favor of Ultimax Gaming. High Rollers Gaming actually able to pick up that last round. The money situation is starting to look a little bit scarce for both teams. I know you do see 6K and stuff there, but as they buy, if they lose this round, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Let's put it that way.
Are you talking about
HRG?
HRG. Well, yeah, because it's going to be game point as well.
Yeah.
So.
And they're not going to get. Yeah, they're going to totally lose that bonus. It's going to be a reset for them.
Yeah, so they're playing to win right now. But that was the case 2 rounds ago.
Yep.
Or a round ago. So right now you can see they got already one boosted up there inside a window room. I got a couple USPs. So IMSA, they're going to save here for UMX.
Yeah, and then I think IMSA's going to try to make plays off of what his team calls here. He's going to hide in jungle and just wait for a call. K's going to be slowly working his way up apartments. They might fall right into something here.
Well, this is what I was talking about before. This is what we needed to see from UMX beforehand with the their saver. Oh, a poor flashbang comes in. They're going to go ahead and still make the effort. Can't leave any men out there alone as they're going to go and toss out the smoke bomb here. It's going to be Bones going to go get that bomb down. Oh, as he turns around. Nice little flex shot taking down one, but IMSA has been extremely effective with that M4. He's going to be now the last man standing. Can he pull this off? All he needs is 2 kills right now here against Hempler and K's. Bomb has been planted, so he's just going to go ahead and send some shots down range, see if he can get him through that smoke. But now he's in a really tough situation. Does have a kit to work with here. You're going to see them trying to slow him down a little bit. You can try to.
I love this. This is actually seen by Navi. That was a great trick. Have you seen this?
Explain.
Okay, basically, we saw this from, I believe it was Navi. It was a tournament Thorn and I were casting, and I couldn't figure out what he was thinking. He dropped his gun on top of the box so it stuck out, crouched for the defuse, and mid-defuse stood up to grab the gun so it sounded like he switched guns. So the other team was like, okay, he's not defusing. He switched guns. He was out of ammo or something. So they backed off, and he full defused the bomb. It was seriously one of the smartest plays in a 1v2 I've ever seen. It was great. Nice attempt on it, though. Just didn't work.
Hey, well, he missed the toss.
Well, he missed the toss, and he waited too long. Like, right after the defuse, you have to pick up the gun, or they will peek out at you.
Yeah, so that's just, it's an interesting thing. I'm just kind of curious. So it's based off of the fact that they know that the terrorists don't know that somebody may have died there with a gun and he's exchanging guns?
Well, if they know you do have a primary weapon, right, you're not just picking up a gun, so they assume.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I get an idea. It's just.
It's especially helpful when you have an op, because then it sounds like you're switching to an automatic.
Yeah, no, that I completely understand. It's a very interesting tactic. You're committed completely to that ninja defuse, but right now, again, the score's 12-14. They've got a couple FAMASas and an M4 is bought here. They're going to go with that same type of setup they've gone with before. Trolls picking up 1, Flowstick as well. They're going to already drop 3 here in this round, and that round's going to be finished off there by UMX 15-12. Game point coming here for UMX.
Yep, and UMX, once again, they're not looking as strong as I'd figure coming in with a 9-6 lead. I thought it would be a lot further ahead at this point, but they're still in good position. Take a look at the scoreboard here real quick. Everything's pretty evened out.
This is exactly kind of the same case. This is where I was asking you, and kind of where you got mind blown a little bit. If HRG won those first 3 rounds, the score would be inverse of itself right now. It'd be 15-12 right now in favor of HRG.
Yeah, absolutely. But see, the thing is, there's an inherited advantage being CT is what you have to kind of factor in too.
But it hasn't had.
It doesn't carry the same weight here because I don't think they're good as a CT slighted team as they could be.
Yeah, let's just keep getting back into the game. Game point here for UMX. As you see right now, we've got Paulie, who's got an AK. 3 M4s there for UMX. And again, Paulie just trying to look through for the feet.
Yeah, so some of you guys who aren't necessarily 1.6 competitors.
Why is he looking at the floor?
Yeah, well, basically what that is, if there's a thick smoke, as it starts to dissipate, you can actually crouch and look below the smoke, and you can see feet. It's a lot easier to see through the bottom of a smoke than it is through the middle of it.
Yeah, so now let's go ahead and see where the terrorists are right now, where they're moving. You got Imsta and Paulie over there. They're going to be moving right here in towards the bomb site. They haven't had any confrontation, but Imsta shutting him down, peeking out is going to be Pauly. It's going to be down to a 1-on-3, and he's got 25 seconds left. Nice little nade that came into play here. They know that the bomb is not been picked up until just now, and so Pauly going to wait. This would be just the perfect chance. He should, honestly.
There it is.
This is in that situation. Of course, it's just easy enough for me to break it down now.
Yeah, because
we've seen what happened. But I would not have planted the bomb until I got at least one of the kills.
Okay, no, I understand that. I do understand that, and that's something that I tell a lot of people. Since I started casting, I get a lot of questions. Just because we get to watch a lot of games and we get to see a lot of different scenarios, and one of the questions always is, what do I do? I'm stuck in a 1-on-4, I'm stuck in a 1-on-5, 1-on-3, well, how much time do you have left?
Yeah,
if you got 45 seconds, actually, if you have 20 seconds or more, push out of the site. Get a frag. If you hear them all rushing one way, plant the bomb.
Yeah,
but if you think there's one alone, get that frag and then plant the bomb. Your chances increase just ridiculous amounts. It's exponential.
Well, yeah, because what's going to happen, especially on the B-bomb side, if you get the bomb planted over there in a 1v3, they know you're in the site, so they're going to come crashing down on you.
And sometimes you can punch a hole through them. You can actually just push out, kill that guy, and come around back hall. But we're going to jump over to a commercial break real quick. We'll be back with the second map of the series between HRG and UMX. Don't go anywhere.